I'm Pam Giganti.
And I'm Jawan Strader.
Join us for the NBC6 Travel Expo June 8th and 9th at Aventura Mall.
Come plan your next exciting adventure or weekend escape.
Plus, your favorite NBC6 personalities will be there.
For details, visit NBC6.com/travel.
June 1st, the official start of hurricane season. But it's never too soon to prepare and develop a plan for you and your family.
We're going through the worst.
New this year, changes in the way forecasters present the science. We'll explain the changes to how the potential path is presented. A surge of changes to evacuation zones. And chances are your neighborhood is now in one of them. Protecting your property, how to secure your home long before a storm sets its sight on your neighborhood.
And the worst is yet to come.
Keeping your boat safe from damage and preventing it from becoming a liability. And the Sunshine State in the clear for nearly a decade. Why hurricanes have stayed away from Florida. Here's a hint. It may be in the air. Get informed. Be prepared. Now, from NBC6, this is First Alert Hurricane Season 2013.
Good evening. I'm NBC6 Chief Meteorologist John Morales. Federal forecasters say 2013 is going to be another busy Atlantic hurricane season. NOAA predicts an above normal and possibly extremely active season with a range of 13 to 20 named storms. Of those, they predict 7 to 11 will become hurricanes with top winds of at least 74 miles per hour. And 3 to 6 of those are predicted to become major hurricanes, Category 3 or higher. The 2012 hurricane season was an extremely active year by all accounts. There were 19 named storms, with Hurricane Sandy headlining the season after it rocked the Northeast. The National Hurricane Center is now turning the page into the 2013 season with some new products that we'll see and some that we won't see. Here's meteorologist Ryan Phillips.
The first change will come when the forecast cone slims down just a little bit. While the narrowing of the forecast track for tropical storms or a hurricane shows improvement in the track forecast, it still comes with a cautionary note from National Hurricane Center Director Dr. Rick Knabb.
You've probably heard the phrase from the past, don't focus on the black skinny line. We probably need to start saying, don't focus too much on that narrow white cone, because the narrower that cone gets, the more people might think that outside that cone, they're not having to deal with anything. But
in almost all cases, a storm is much larger than a cone, meaning its impacts can reach far past the cone you actually see on TV.
Almost the entire county south of Tamiami Trail, from Coral Gables to Country Walk, and even the Redland west of Chrome Avenue now falls in one of 5 surge zones labeled A to E. They are drastic changes the county hopes people take seriously.
We want people to be informed. We tell people all year, get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Well, part of being informed is knowing what hazards you're vulnerable to.
Coming up on Hurricane Season 2013. From protecting your home to protecting your watercraft, how to maintain your vessel safe in a storm.
Once the storm starts to approach and the winds become pretty aggressive, these boats could potentially become missiles.
Plus, nearly a decade of near misses will explain the science behind why hurricanes may have been staying away from Florida. Right now on NBC6.com. Access a shopping list of supplies you need when a storm threatens. Just click on the Hurricane section on our homepage. You're watching First Alert Hurricane Season 2013 on NBC6.
South Florida is home to more than 14,000 boats. That's the number of registered vessels from Broward County down to Monroe County. During a storm, securing them becomes important, not just for the owners, but for anyone near a boat that causes damage. Here's meteorologist Jennifer Gray.
Once you have your home secure, if you're a boat owner, securing your boat needs to be high priority as well.
This hurricane season, we want to remind you that only the First Alert weather team can deliver critical, potentially life-saving information while giving you a 6-minute advantage. Meteorologist Ryan Phillips explains.
Live, local, First Alert Doppler radar giving you a 6-minute advantage. You'll receive the information 6 minutes faster than any other you'll see on TV in South Florida. NBC6 has the technology to let you know where the worst of the weather is and when to expect it. First Alert Doppler's street-level mapping can track storms in your neighborhood and gives us the ability to see inside a storm.
The power to see conditions change with each scan of the sky.
We're the first to detect dangerous rotations inside of a storm. All of this, plus the years of forecasting experience from the First Alert Weather Team. It's your advantage this hurricane season.
We live in a world where everyone walks around with some sort of device in their hand. Forecasters at the National Hurricane Center are now using this to their advantage. They're taking on the social media world and at the same time taking control of the message being sent during a storm.
Here at NBC6, we use Twitter to talk to viewers directly to find out what's happening in their neighborhood during any severe weather event. You can talk to us using the @NBC6 Twitter handle. Adam Berg, NBC6, South Florida.
Regardless of how many hurricanes form, it only takes one to ruin your summer. But lately, they've all missed Florida. Heading into the season, we haven't had a hurricane make landfall in Florida since Hurricane Wilma during the infamous 2005 season. So, what's going on? The jet stream for much of the past 6 or 7 years has been rather wavy, with a dip along the east coast of the U.S. or the western Atlantic. This dip has acted as a deflector shield, turning any storm that can come in contact with it northbound so that it stays a safe distance from Florida. New research shows that this persistent repeating pattern has an unlikely Arctic connection.
It's this effect on the jet stream because of the warming Arctic that is creating these scenarios where the jet stream is taking these much larger waves.
It turns out the jet stream these days is often not as strong as it used to be. A slower jet stream means that this river of air can meander more, making for a much wavier pattern. You see, what drives the jet stream's strength is the difference in temperature between the poles and the tropics. We say it every year, but it's worth repeating that it only takes one. We hope you've learned something from this program tonight to prepare for the 2013 hurricane season. On behalf of everyone here at NBC6, thank you for watching. I'm Chief Meteorologist John Morales.